Alright. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Oh, and non-binary friends, of course. Alright. As the stream implies, this is a just chatting stream until it is not, basically. So, yes. How fun. I'm currently trying to find a game to stream, which is being more difficult than I expected. Alright. There we are. It would be ideal to try to find some music for this time, but I don't know how long that we are going to be sitting here. Oh, why not? Well, I might change the game later, but I believe that we will spend a little time in Icarus. All right. I believe we are set then. Let us get into game. There we go. Okay, and welcome everyone to Icarus. For those who don't know, it's been a developmental, what do you call it, survival crafting sandbox game. Originally released, I believe, in 2021. Goodness, it's been some time. And let's jump right in. No point in waiting around. So I've already started a character by the name of Daedalus. A bit of a play on words, as you can see. And let's see. I believe I have some equipment, yes. And 25 car. Yeah, I didn't really do too much. I haven't gotten very far. I haven't gotten really as much as I'd like. I believe, did I think the highest tech that I got in the game was the crude pistol, the crude blowback. I don't remember quite what it was. Oh, yes, I remember. Okay, so very much still new to this game as I look through all of these. Oh my, I bet somebody who's played this game for a long time comes in here and looks at this and feels deep pity upon me. Oh no, okay, I should just, oh god, enzymes, crazy. Oh, creatures, I forgot there's like farming or something in this game. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, this is from the new stuff, legendary biomass. From like legendary hunts. Interesting. Anyway, I believe we have everything we really need for a successful operation. Do I have any open prospects? Oh, thank God I don't. That'd be funny. Let me see. I know that a lot of people play open world, but I find that I really don't know what I'm doing quite yet. So it's kind of nice to just get into it. Yeah, you can see I've done like 5 missions. I have not done quite a lot at all. Let me see. So there are some. Let me see. There are some single skull and 2 skull missions available. Let's look at. I think there's no point in going easy. Just because. How much more is that? 250 to 375? Yeah, there's no point in going easy. Especially if we're going to be down there for like a long while. Yeah, I can't do hardcore. So I just want to do regular. Player respawn count 3. How many respawn counts? Oh, you do get limited lives. Is it worth it? Probably not, because then I'll get stuck down there and I'll only have so many respawns. Probably die to stupid things, so probably should. Okay, let's go. If I remember correctly, I always used these fellas and these fellas. Nah, they're not that expensive. They're already researched. It just takes a little bit to refabricate them. So, I think we're ready. All clear. I think we'll just keep it private. You know, this is how I always imagined playing this game, believe it or not, was actually just talking into a microphone, um, like, as I was playing it. Maybe not in like a streaming sense, but even like it almost made more sense that we were inside like a little suit, you know, and you, the player sitting in front of your computer screen, are piloting like a robot or an android or something. I don't know. I always thought that was very interested. So, oh, there we go. It was Alt, by the way. Alt moves things. Let me see. Backpack. Keep the cot on standby. That can go on 0. Can you not just instantly... Well, whatever. 1 and 2. That's good enough. Yeah, there we go. Originally, when you first start playing the game, you collect it with your hand by pressing F, just like it says, but when you have the scythe, it just does it automatically. And my god, that's awesome. I love this so much. Not so much that I can't break that yet, but I should be able to make like a cheap little axe here. Come on. There you go. Okay, I think that's everything there for now. Let us get into stone, right? Okay, let's go find a little bit of stone to work with. A little less trees, please. There we go. Ooh, pumpkin's perfect. I was wondering if I'd find a nutrition source. Food and water always catch up on me in this game, and ever since they added the crops, I think it's probably been easier. I don't, because these crops weren't always part of the original game. I didn't play it on launch. I was very horribly skeptical of this game, like to the point where I avoided it on Steam. There was a time where it was just I hid it from like my Steam wish list, or not even wish list, from my like my Steam not library store page. Thank you goodness, sorry to go through all of them except for the right one, huh? But I recall explicitly because I was just very I didn't understand how the game was marketed. I didn't really understand what they were going for with all their little DLCs, quote unquote. But in reality, they really should just be called like home worlds. You know, I know it's basically downloadable content, but the truth is that I don't really think like the expansions expand on mechanics in the player game, and that's fine. You know, I can't really argue with that because they're making genuine gigantic changes to the engine and making huge maps with numbers of detail that would not be possible without. But I was under the assumption that it was not so legitimate. Maybe I assumed it to be a cheap cash grab. I was wrong, you know. At least I feel as though I was wrong. I've come to appreciate this game a little more than I expected I would, is what I'm trying to get at. So much so that I am several hours into it. I've done 5 relatively long missions. Missions are not short in this game. I've found that these missions can be anywhere from like 30 minutes at the shortest, like to 45 minutes. I guess that's not true. One of them is like as long as you want it to be, which is like could be 5 minutes for an introduction. But you know, some of these quote unquote missions called prospects in this game, they can take quite a while. You can be in them for like however long you'd really like. You know, it's up to you at some point to call it, because even after you complete your objective, it doesn't ask you to like pull yourself out. Ooh, I think I just leveled up because I have 1 talent point and 4 blueprint points up in my upper left hand. Or maybe they were always there, I just noticed. I don't know. I guess the bot will tell. Or you guys, if any of you noticed. The way that the logs get chopped in this game is very satisfying to me as well. Not even like what we're doing now. I have a perk that automatically puts like broken down logs into your inventory when you hit them with like axe once, but those log segments after you break down the fallen tree without the branches, where it becomes those log segments, it actually gets split into four or I think it's, yeah, it should be four pieces of like log, and that's your wood resource, and you have to pick it up with F. It just rolls around on the ground unless you pick it up, which I found to be very, very cool. Anyway, we're burning daylight here, and also weather. Weather is inclement in this. Well, I mean, it looks idyllic, but in reality, it's a biodiversity gone wrong. A terraforming project gone haywire. So the weather is rather inclement and very, very dangerous. Speaking of which, while we are looking around here, yeah, I'm moving in sort of the right direction. A direction, I guess. Hunting shipment, farming shipment. Yeah, it's fine. While we are doing that, it wouldn't be a bad time to start getting new stuff. Nice. Okay, yes. Don't feel bad for this. It would absolutely kick you to the curb. This animal, this, I know people say it's very sad. You know, the generic meme of the person crying with the rabbit getting the shot with an arrow. Yeah, we all know it. It's not that, because at least the rabbit was innocent. These animals are not innocent. Ooh, caves are so good, but also so terrible because of those. Those are worms. They're great, but also worms, because wormos, and also cave lung, which sucks. Ooh, and oxite, which is our oxygen resource bar. This would be very helpful. Yes. There we go. Nice. I can't help myself. It's so satisfying. I should be doing it with the little hand scythe, but I just can't help myself. It's very, very satisfying. Always be crafting is a great thing of advice that I never quite follow. Also, doesn't help that my inventory is very, very full. Oxite, good. Ooh, we'll have to find water too pretty quick here. Nearest body of water is where we're going. Excellent. So, let's see. I think we'll do the farming shipment first, because might be, if we have to actually farm in this mission, which I don't actually know, probably, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd imagine that will take a lot longer to set up than hunting will. Some people probably do that the opposite way, though, I'd imagine. It'd be fun to build like a lighthouse or something on one of these little cliff faces or on the center. That'd be cool. A little bridge spanning that. Oh, now okay, I'm also a building kind of person. I enjoy constructing little things. That's always nice. Ooh, reed flower. I always like those. I like building. I like setting up colonies and structures and dwellings and shacks and lean-tos and all sorts of things, and I like developing infrastructure and setting up systems and systems tweaking and engineering and all that, the Factorio kind of stuff at some point. Well, that's the systems part, but everything else is mostly decorative. Rather architect of me, I know. A certain civil engineer would surely be disappointed, but forgive me, I have a taste of wanting things to look pretty. But lucky for him, I'm a mechanical. I know that's no civil engineer, but hey, I can sort of understand when you guys talk and not almost fall asleep every time there's a certain, I don't know, structural meeting where we talk about the substrate of a road for the 100th time. Anyway, Here we are. Yay. Yes, I do. Okay, well, we know the mission. So, oop, that is a very violent creature. That is a Tyrannus. I don't know how to pronounce it. I just know it as a terror. Which, thankfully, goes down quite quick. Now, there is something very sad about this. Because, sometimes you do get one with a baby. And you didn't know there was a baby. And then you feel really bad. So... But this will be okay. This is fine. So. Okay, bye-bye. No feeling bad. Okay. Pumpkins, out the pumpkins. I think this mission specifically is the perfect excuse to figure out farming, which is nice because that's really what I'd like to do. I'd like to, set up a little base, get cozy. Because right, I should probably explain the scenario. I'm currently in the middle of winter in my geographical location, and there has been snow, and so it's very, very cold outside. And I've been enjoying staying warm. So, oh, I should probably get rid of some of this. Nope, not that one. There we go. Let's see, what can I ditch here? Almost. Let's see, what else can I ditch? Actually, how about instead of ditching, we actually get started on crafting? I bet I will need a ton of these. In fact, I'd go so far as to say at least 50. That can't possibly go wrong. Oh, I could have also made armor. Armor is also, I forget, by instance in this map as well, which is something quite unique. Oh, there we go. I really enjoy that the crafting is it DayZ style, I suppose? Where it gets crafted in the background in your inventory, just while you go and do things. I think we're gonna set up over here. A nice flat place over here somewhere. Actually, you know what? I'm really sad because I'd like to go set up over there, but I think that this is about as flat as it gets, like right here, I think? Do we have a topographical map? Yes, we do! For anyone who doesn't know, a topographical map tries to show the height variation of a location. So you can see that these large open spaces, these weird patches here, are all roughly the same level. And then as you go up these rings, that indicates height or depth. So for instance, we know that we're near a body of water, right? Like if I turn around and we look, that's a body of water. Well, you see that it's roughly the same depth as the surface. It's not really crazy deep. It's no ocean or anything. So it's basically marked as the same level. But if we turn and we look, we're right next to a mountain. And as you can see, there's a little cave opening at the corner of G14. But also these really high peaked, like really steep goes up. Like every change, every increment is like a steepness change. And so it gets like steeper and steeper, and eventually it's just like a mountain. So that's very cool. You know what? I think our first little construction project is probably going to be a bridge to get across here, and maybe a bridge to get across there. And the reason why I'm going to do that is not for any important reason, but because I'm indecisive, and I don't know what I want to do yet. So I'm going to make that everybody's problem, including my own, and I'm going to build a bridge. How does one rotate you? I guess I don't. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that I can't. Rude. Oh well, I think we're going to build it up here, and we're going to place the first one right there. Nice. And then we just follow through with a couple supports. There is an intricate aiming system with this that people really don't invest very heavily in understanding. Oh no, that is a common occurrence, ladies and gentlemen. We have our latest tragedy, which is a bear. They are the most dangerous predators in this game. They are not remarkably common, but they are pretty common. They are also very easy to get trapped in water. Not like that. Ooh, baby. They take a little bit to swim, which gives me an opportunity to fire off a couple of arrows. Whoop. But also they do swim, so I can't escape it per se. Ouch. Oh, that is 2 bad hits. Third and I'm done. Oh. Oh. Okay. Forgive me. You might not understand why I'm so horrified. I mean, yes, it's a bear, obviously, very dangerous. That's the obvious part. There is an achievement in this game for if you get killed by the bear the first time, it gives you the achievement. I don't have that achievement yet, and I am trying to hold out for as long as possible. And I know that it is inevitable because I am not a professional. I am wannabe gamer. You know, I don't call myself a gamer. I'm a broadcaster for a reason. Oh boy. Oh, my health is so low. Okay, hold on. Let's try to get some. I think I have some bandages. Basic bandages? Healing. Do I have bleeding? Ooh, I do. I do have. Ooh, I do have. Ooh, no, no, no. Ooh, no, 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 no. You do bleed in this game. You can hemorrhage. So. Oh, I think it's a deep wound. Hold on. Crafting suture kit? Might be a deep wound. Which, by the way, we are going to get armor after that little experience. Is that a deep wound? Let's see. Might be a... Yes, it was. Oh, that was a deep wound. Those are some of the most dangerous in early game, for obvious reasons. Physical resistance. 4 physical resistance. Better exposure. Honestly, I think if we're smart about it, we'll be okay about the exposure. I think what we won't be okay about is our health. Okay, so we have chest plate, head, and arms. So then for now, we will do feet and legs. I actually prefer the look of the cloth armor, so I probably should have just went with it for style points, because it still gives some resistance. But I do prefer this resistance specifically to try to survive a little longer. So anyway, I'm going to make everybody else mad now and absolutely burn time by building a bridge to effectively nowhere. Instead of, you know, building infrastructure or a base or anything else that might be even relatively more useful. But instead I've decided to be very, very, very indecisive about where I want to set up or what I want to do. So instead, we're all going to suffer from my ignorance. Isn't that fun? Doesn't that sound like fun? Okay, let's hope I placed that in the right direction because it's not coming back up. So, check and check. Okay, and then go across. Okay, there we go. Yeah, in this game getting... Are you serious right now? Yes, you are. Of course you are. Why wouldn't you be? I'm deeply injured, and therefore, why not come and hunt me? Okay, cool. I believe you always want to butcher things pretty soon. I think we will actually continue to... I was going to say we were going to leave this one out to just sit while we finish our little bridge, but actually, I think that that's a terrible idea. That would actually probably just bring bears closer to us. So we're not going to do that. I swear to God. If it turns out that I actually just decided to stumble into bear country and live here, I'm gonna cry. You know, it doesn't have to be here either. This is just a convenient place. Combined map. Oh, the combined map's nice. It didn't have to be here. It could have been anywhere else. But I decided this. Actually, no, kind of the game decided it because we do actually have a what do you call it? I forgot the words for it. A drop pod over here. So, you know, obviously the vegetables that it wants are perishable. So tell me, what button is it to deconstruct? Oh goodness, deconstruct is Y. There's a really satisfying deconstructing thing for this as well. And of course, because I punched it, I now have to repair it. How rude of me. Don't punch your things. They get angry. There we go. That's not correct. Of course, I was one short, and now it's coming down hard. So, I don't know what I'm going to do, but this is going to be something. I'm out of wood. Awesome. So, in this kind of scenario, we would say, I'm screwed. You would be, by all means, correct. Because, oh boy. In this game, weather is volatile, and so is the land. Because, as you'll probably come to see, I'm not the only one who's going to be felling logs here. Mother Nature is as well. So, yeah. This is sure to be fun. And by fun, I mean probably going to get a log dropped on my head, or like several logs, you know, these ones. Specifically, I don't know. So. Yeah, there we go. That's a nice bridge. Oh, that thing's running from something. That's not good. Also, my storm exposure is going up, so I should probably, like, be a little troll guy. Be a little troll gremlin. And hide under the bridge. Nope, that's not going to work. Okay, how about this side, though? How about over here? How about a little gremlin under the bridge over here? No, not helping. Okay, no, not helping. Okay, great. So it turns out being a little troll didn't help. And it turns out procrastinating also didn't help. But you know what does help? Interior design. That's why we're gonna decorate the bridge that I wasted my time building. Oh no. Nope, not going down. Oh, it's about to end anyway, so that's fine. I really need to understand this, like, placing system a whole lot better. Let's see. I am spending a little too long on this, even for me to be happy about, so we're gonna not. Instead, I want to try to get just a little bit of a shelter together, because that will only probably help this scenario. Also that. We're just gonna make that out of habit, and also that out of habit. I'll explain what those are in just a minute for anybody who doesn't know, but first I would like to get none of those, because that's the wrong one. About 6? Yeah, 6 of those. 6 of those would be good, and then we can just, you know, set up a little place. It doesn't have to be permanent. It can just be, you know, wherever. Let's see. Let us set up just a little little place on someplace like hilly, so that we're not wasting good flat land on, what could be farming plots. I hear something in that direction that makes me very much worried. Also, you can see that the storm exposure is going down because the storm has thankfully ended. So yeah, pretty grateful about that. You know what? Funny enough, you might make little water cabin, little water cabin. Doesn't sound too bad. Little water cabin. Just a little guy in a little water cabin. Little cabin, little water guy cabin. I'm saying the same thing over and over, and it doesn't make me sound any less crazy, but I also don't feel as crazy saying it. That's the one I wanted. That's not the one I wanted. Rude. That's the one I wanted. That's the one I wanted, and it just broke. That's nice of it. How polite. Anyway, I'm just gonna shut up now. There we go. Okay. There we go. Ooh, and how perfect does that line up, but with our existing structure? It's almost like it's a grid. Crazy. There we go. You know what? Even more so would be if I went and did this, and then got rid of you, and just sent you out that way, and sent you out that way. Now this is getting interesting. I think that we are onto something, ladies and gentlemen. We truly are, and I still have extra posts. I know that there really isn't a point in getting attached to a place that you're going to leave in however long, which, by the way, yes, maps are fluid. Maps do not last. They are only kind of temporary, so to speak. And yeah. It's something to remain aware of, that, these places are... I was going to say Unis Honest-like, which isn't wrong, but it's a little dramatic. If anyone knows what that was at one time. I don't remember if they said they were going to do another one, but I doubt that they would. I know that's an awful thing, but I don't know. I didn't see people panicking outside, so I'm assuming that they're not doing one per se, or at least not the same thing. Also, welcome to the beginning of our very humble cabin. It's coming along nicely. To much the dismay, I'm sure, of many people. So also, it would not make sense to put the supports where there is no support. Does that one have support? No, it doesn't. There's only support like right there, and these two places. And not there, because there's no support there. This one does, but... I'm thinking you and you. And then get rid of you. And get rid of you and you. There we go. And then, I think we get a pretty neat structure out of this. I think it's somewhat appealing to look at, Yeah, there we go. Nice. Okay, now we have something that's truly unique. And I know that isn't necessary, but we're going to be here for a while, and so I think that it's just kind of nice to just, not get stuck in place. Let me out. Hey, rude. Rude. I said rude. No, don't stick me in place. Rude. Very rude. Sometimes yeah, it does that. Little rude. Little rude. I don't think I need... I'll keep... we'll do the entrance in the middle, like a weirdo. Because only weirdos do middle entrances. We'll do middle entrance, and we'll remove that. And put up a couple of log frames here. There we go. And then I'm just going to run this straight to the end. End to end. Oh, unfortunately, I'm two pillars short. Okay, crafting, pillars, 1, 2. And then obviously I'll make more to decorate the bridge. I know we are very much lacking on supports. Bridge review from some civil engineer I totally don't know. It would be very, Very bad bridge. Bad bridge. Bad. Bad bridge. Bad bridge. Um, that would be very, very unfortunate. L gives us our dedicated light, which is very, very nice. New pumpkins. And, yeah, we're almost set up. I'm going to start collecting some more wood because, yes, we are basically out. And again, in this game, you always want to be crafting, because that is where most of your XP comes, and that is how you progress in this game, is by just getting more experience. And then spending that experience on progression in the game, and that's what unlocks new tech and all sorts. For instance, I don't think I even have, like, planting, like harvesting unlocked or anything. It's very likely that I'm going to have to unlock, like, a tool, like a plow, to, like, till earth, and then, and probably growing plots and seeds. I think I have a seed maker, so I think I'm one step up on that. But then finding crops, because the crops that I picked, they rot, and so they're going to probably rot in my inventory, and then that needs to be turned into compost. It's a whole thing, whole 9 yards. Bones to bone meal, that sort of thing. So, where is the stamina in this? I don't remember where the... Oh, it's right there in the center, the white bar. I keep forgetting it hides itself. So, okay. We have a little bit more wood, and like I mentioned, we always want to be crafting, so we're definitely going to need about 6 roofs. Good. We're going to need a door. We'll worry about windows when we get to windows, and then 3, 6, 2, 2. Going to need more wood. So, I believe I get a... Yep, I get a bonus stealth attack from downing wolves, so that's always nice. Oop, wrong tool. There we go. Technically, I'm not wrong when I do that, because if I were to break the bones with my knife, it actually takes off like a lot more durability. There is weapon degradation in this game, which I always have trouble with. There we go. And then just recharge. Perfect. There is weapon degradation in this game. I always forget there's weapon degradation. But yeah. There you go. But it always catches me for a loop because I'll work my tools all the way down to the nub, and then I'll remember right as they bust. Look at that. Look at that view. Isn't that pretty? I always thought the skybox in this game was very, very pretty, because it's like, you get the mountains and you get the background. No, I don't know what the toggle for the UI is, but I would absolutely turn off the UI if I knew. No, that's very nice. Let's see. There we go. Oh, nice and cozy. Nice and cozy. You see? The vision is coming together, peoples. Look. This vision is becoming one with the universe. Okay. Let us continue. 15 is far too much. So 6, both sides. 2, 2, 2, 2. And you'll see what the counting is for in just a moment. So we have walls. We have different variants of wall for different kinds of windows, of which I think a clever design would be a bunch of different small windows. There we go. Not that direction. Oh yes, I forget I should be aiming at the floor because again we get the dynamic aiming system. There we go. And then I think one in the middle. And you see now instead of like one big window, we have like 3 little ones. Or like one big one we could have. But anyway, oh, we could do that here. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Look at that. Flawless. And the same over here. Of which we'll probably leave some of those windows closed, and then this would probably, for our benefit, be all solid except for a doorway. Now, the reason I made 4 extras is because I'm a fool And it turns out that those pieces are a different set. So we are actually going to destroy these to get their materials back, and then we are going to craft a wooden door. We are going to craft 4 and 3 more up, and we're out of wood. So that means more wood time. You know it. Warped doesn't know how to count, and so Warped will go and cut wood a lot, I guess. I don't count. I really should count. I'm trained in like engineering by college, so like you think I should like let's see. Oh, item is broken. Hey, this is a perfect example. So you can see that I can't chop anymore. It won't let me. It gives me a little error, and you just saw me shove another stone. So basically you don't have to remake new tools. You can repair old tools with the same material that they were crafted out of. Now, eventually you can't craft everything in your hands, unfortunately. Eventually you have to use specialized equipment. When that time comes to make new material, did I make 2 doors? Oh my god, I made 2 doors. I'm a fool. I mean, I know we invented the back door for a reason, but not today. So, where was I? Yes, so, making pieces. Oh, yes, half pitches. Oh, we didn't have to make quite so sharp a roof. Could have made a half roof. Well, anyway, let's make 4 of these, and then we can change our little plot. Can we? Well, then the posts don't really work. Might be a cool design, though. Let's look. I'm open to new design. I'm open to new designs. I am. I'm flexible like that. Oh, we might not have to change our design if we just want a really tall roof. I don't know, Chief. I don't know. Let's have a really tall roof. No, I instantly regretted it. I placed it and you know, like when you flip a coin and you just knew better. You weren't leaving it to coin chance. You were just indecisive and you didn't want to admit it. Okay, time to take all of you back because turns out not needed. I will leave the support structure because I think it looks cool, but I will definitely destroy all you, take your wood back, and then shove that into new crafting material. So, oh yes, you gotta love when the plan comes together, and by plan I mean completely changing your mind at the first inconvenience. Okay, I gotta wait for these guys. Wood half pitches. Oh, that is the sound of a very angry neighbor. Hello, angry neighbor. Okay, time for an apology video, chat. Unfortunately, because I built our abode above the way. Okay, come on, buddy. No, just get up, please. Okay, so, sorry, chat. Like I was saying, please do not mind wolf tail in our face. Drop, and then light. There you go. So, like I mentioned, building our abode above, you know, nothing leaves us exposed underneath for them to attack us. So that's a downside, if there ever was one. But at the same time, where did I put that wolf carcass? Right there. At the same time, it's stylistically enjoyable. So I guess we'll have to deal. There we go. And lovely. Okay, so you'll notice that I made some choices about the windows. I'm sort of regretting them, which is why I'm glad I didn't make the windowed shutters just yet. Because I think I'm going to redo these. In fact, I know I'm going to redo these. We'll see. We'll see which one I go with for that one. I'm not sure on that back wall yet. That one's actually fine. Not like that, though. It was fine the first time. It was fine the first time. I'm just a fool. There we go. Okay, so this one specifically needs to be wood for a reason we'll get to later. There we go. That one can be that. And that can be that. There we go. Much better. And now, actually, if I wanted to, I could technically... No, it's better if I leave it just flat like this. And then, yeah, let's take a look. Okay, in hindsight, looks stupid. Noted. We'll take this into concern in the future. And by in the future, I mean like right now, because I cannot live with stupid. Because I'm a fool and my tower to my arrogance is too much to bear. Arrogance? Ignorance? My unknowingness of the situation. How do I do this? How do I make the beam do what I desire? How to do beam? Beam geometry. How does one do the beam geometry? One does not need to have the horizontal beam to be into the beam geometry, does one? Well, that was actually kind of worked out, though, because it got rid of the grass. How considerate. The one does need beam geometry. One is simply building a beam, and one does not know why one is talking in this sense. To do this, there we go. Great. And there we go. A little better. A little better. Not bad. Not bad anymore. Okay. That took way too much work to make a home. I'm just saying, we spent way too long on that, and that is ridiculous of us. So now we are going to, well, the only thing to say is just get comfortable, I guess. Okay. Sleeping place set. Spawn point set. So now if we do meet the unfortunate end, which is inevitable, we will return here. And we can also sleep away the night. However, we don't have a campfire, which means we can't pass time. That's the big red X that you just saw. Yeah, we just can't do it. So this machine is called an oxidizer, and what it does is it takes that nice blue rock that we used to shove into here, this little O place, and it actually processes it a little more efficiently. And it makes, if you look at that, the top right-hand corner of the little box that came up for the oxidizer, it's filling up by 0.1 liters every now and then, and it consumes about 1 oxide every, it took 2 to fill up to 3, I think. So what is that, a 3 to 2 ratio? 1.5? So 1 oxide to 1.5 of, anyway, I'm confusing myself. Again, should be better at math. But the point is that it's much better than just taking the oxide straight. You know, it's much more efficient. And why can I not add more oxide to you? I should be able to add more oxide to you. Is this not oxide? It is oxide. Perhaps because it is so full of oxide. Oh, I was looking at the wrong part. Right, in Icarus, it does in fact have multiple hitboxes, and that is something I should remain aware of. Forgive me for being a fool. And yeah, the door won't swing and hit it. Okay, so where are we? We are on Icarus. I feel like there was supposed to be more to that sentence, but oh well. No, we're on Icarus and we have a game plan. We need to not do that. I'm sorry. Okay, we need to, an apology doesn't even cover that. We need to get fire. And specifically, I think we're far enough that, yes, we can in fact create what's called a crafting bench. So many games have this. Icarus does not come with it included. You have to research in the tech tree to like level 2, I think. Let me see. We're in tier 1. Tier 2 is the crafting bench. You see, you have to spend a bunch of skill points in tier 1, like a ton, and then at level 10, I think it was, you get tier 2. At level 20, you get tier 3, and at level 30, you get tier 4. Tier 4 is like steel and electronics. Tier 3 is like early electronics and like iron. 2 is iron, and then Anyway, what I'm saying is that there's a number of progressions that go into this. Tier 3 is steel, and then Tier 4 is like spacer alloy or something, I don't know. That would be very cozy. That is exactly what we would probably want if we didn't have a fireplace, which, yeah, that's steel. We need the fireplace. We are working with wood and stone. We don't got a lot going on here. So, water is low. Convenient. Great. Awesome. Great, water's low. That's, I was totally expecting that. Okay, there's a thing called a water purifier. Isn't there a basic water purifier? Stone and charcoal. Oh, great, charcoal from a fire pit, which I didn't craft because I thought we could get ahead. Well, fool of me. I thought we could race ahead and get to it, but I was miserably wrong. Unless we want to drink pond water, which is fine. We can drink pond water. I'm so tempted. Do I do it? Oh, screw it. Okay, the more time I stand around, the less time I have collecting stone. I could mine one of the boulders. There's also just an abundance of mini rocks to grab. And this is also very satisfying. Excuse me for fulfilling my personal fantasies of hunter-gatherer. Human behavior. Can only do so many things. And then here, if you find a larger boulder, you can just go swinging. Clink. And it has a voxel deformation. Isn't that fun? It reminds me a lot of, like, small-scale space engineers. Like, doesn't that look like an asteroid that space engineers would, like, generate for you with, like, a cave in it? I think that looks, like, very similar. Fun fact, this game is produced by RocketWorks Studios, who also create and are developing Stationeers, which is actually, like, a game that I have an incredible amount of respect and passion for. Passion's the wrong word because it implies I play it. But I am endlessly impressed. I am so enthralled by the depth of their physics and their, like, simulation of, like, atmosphere, like, stuff in game form. I'm just gushing for nothing at this point, but I mean, really, I am so enthralled. I needed a little a little campfire because I said we needed to produce charcoal, and I wasn't lying. We are going to set that up, like, right here off the beaten path, like right there. And we're going to throw in just a little bit of fiber. And this is going to burn, and I believe just by running, it will create charcoal. Now, I could be wrong. We might have to specifically burn wood. But I was hoping... No, I think we do have to make it with wood. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think we do. And it's going to take a while is what I'm getting at. So anyway, turns out I was wrong. We also can't get pure water. We also have to drink the pond water because I'm a fool. It's okay. You can call me a fool. Look upon me and my shame. It is what I am. My foolish pond water drinking activities. Oh, also, I forgot that we never installed Windows. I can show you the neat little window shutters, which I wish more games would do. Which is just these little guys. You just craft these little guys for just a little bit of wood, and then you just you put them in. You just install them like this, and they just magically go in. Why is it colliding? Why? Why is it colliding? It's not colliding. You're colliding. Are we for real right now, Slime? Are we for real? Brother, please. Brother, please. I guess it just must sit on a different voxel grid. Can I put it back now? Now that it's in? Can I just... Oh, right, we have our workbench. Fun. So that's coming with... can I just put that back in, Slime? Is that a... Are we for real? Please? Oh, yes. I get to cheat your system and have my cake too. I love it. I do love having the cake too. And you know what? Right in front of that window is like the perfect place for this little centerpiece. Our little workbench. Yay! Okay. So, the workbench gives us like a ton of opportunity. In fact, one of those is going to be this. Oh, and that. But at some point, I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. We need a lot of stone. And also to take this brand new machine and set this like right there. You can also pivot things in this game, which is so fun. We should find some sulfur, and then we can make this machine that we just spent a lot of time and resources putting into redundant. Anyway, we have now made the machine redundant. You know, all those crafting materials that we totally didn't just waste. We didn't. We can recycle. Thankfully, this game is really good about like resource management and recycling and stuff. That's always really nice. And yeah. We have more sulfur. Yeah, this is a really nice spot. This is a really nice. You know, normally Icarus is very cruel. Oh, it's pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, space is pretty. I was about to say space is cool, and space is pretty is someone else's line, not mine. Anyway, as I was saying, we made this machine redundant. Sorry. Bye bye. Bye bye, fuel and stuff that we totally could have used but didn't. Oh well. And farewell. Actually, no, we'll just shove you like in a corner somewhere. We'll find a comfortable corner and shove it in there. So this oxide dissolver is a more efficient tool than the oxide dissolver is. And it might feel like we got here a little fast because we did. And in fact, you didn't have to sit through all the hours of not having the oxide dissolver and only ever using this or raw oxide. This makes it so much better. I'm going to add as much sulfur as it lets me. It added as much sulfur as it let me. Okay, and then we add oxide. Can I just like not do that, please? I want to do this. Yeah. Oh, there's slots for this. Why am I doing this? I'm such a fool. Yeah, and then we just keep the oxide in there from now on. Now, obviously, it's not producing a little balloon like that one was. So we need some way to get it out. So the way we do that is by making an oxygen bladder, which requires more leather, which means we need to hunt. Also, water skins, very important water skins. That's a rain reservoir. That would be very useful if we get a storm in a little bit. Do I feel a storm? You can't feel a storm in the game, but I like to think that I can try, you know. Makes me feel human. Okay, so for once we're going to be the... I'm sorry, but I told you this day would come. I'm sorry. I know this is an unforgivable sin. I know that this is so poorly frowned upon, but I did say that at some point we were gonna get here. I'm sorry. And yeah. I'm sorry. Do I need like both my hands to like pick you up, slime? What the hell? Can I really not? No, I guess I can't. Could have swore you could have picked these guys up, but I guess I can't. Sucks. Because there's such a thing as a skinning table, you know, and you can like move things around, but anyway. Okay, break down, slime. Break down. Let's go. Let's see. So I can put that back and we can relight ourselves. We don't have any natural like sitting light sources yet, other than, you know, like the light of day, which is slowly coming through. So I will open the windows and we'll get a little more light in here. So, of course we don't. Well, we'll manage. We'll manage with one. We don't need very much. Ideally, you want as many as you can get. Well, mostly because your suit will sometimes come with more slots. This is an early game suit. So you only got one slot for oxygen, one slot for food, one slot for water. The base suit, like without the extra, this guy, without this extra suit that you get from spending currency in the space station from completing missions, you get like only an oxygen slot and nothing else. Some slots have like a special slot that you can put modules in that give you special benefits. Some suits actually just have like slots for specific things, which is nice, which is, you know, utility. Yeah, it's nice. Now that the oxygen bladder is full, you'll see it's an item, not just like stuck somewhere. So now we can move it to our material, and it just we're set. That's it. That's literally it. It's so easy and it's so cool. Okay, our next challenge I think is going to be doing this whole fireplace thing. We only need like 3 stone, so in reality. So like I was saying, the next thing we're doing is this fireplace thing, and that's literally all it takes. But we also are gonna want like a chimney flume or whatever. I don't think it actually. I don't actually know if you need it, per se, but it would certainly look good, and I'm always down for looking good. So it's just how it is. So. Let's see. Okay. Oh, that is something that should be explained because that will look like a glitch. That's not a glitch. That is straight up how it is. That was a perk at the bottom, I think, of the mining tree. I don't remember if it's specifically a solo game one or if that's just in general mining, which by the way, there is a whole solo leveling tree. It's crazy. Like here, these talents is their version of like perks or skills. You invest into these and like resources. At the very bottom, it's called Lucky Strike, and by God, do I love gambling. This Lucky Strike is really nice. I hate gambling, by the way. But in this case, it's good because you get a 1% chance to instantly break whatever mineral or ore deposit you're mining. So like stone or ore can break like instantly, and it's so awesome, so good. A lot of these decrease the carry weight because, as you saw earlier, I got over encumbered. A lot of these just give you either more weight carryment or like decreases the weight of things that you are carrying. So, and then talents work in all games, multiplayer and solo. Solo perks only work in solo like worlds or runs. You will not benefit from both solo and normal talents when playing solo. Sorry, you will benefit from both solo and normal talents when playing solo. You will not benefit from solo talents in a multiplayer game. Goodness, I apologize. That was challenging for me. I have a certain way with words. And with any luck, this will make me better at using words. Hopefully. We'll find out. Yes, this is tier 2. I believe I only just got into tier 3, which is very intricate. Tier 3 is very, very, how do you say, resource intensive? Well, all of these are resource intensive until, you can get to them very quickly. The beauty of this game is that even though you have to abandon your bases, you retain all of your knowledge and skills. So basically, you can get yourself back up to where you were pretty quick. Like I said, we got this like pretty quick into our little run here. But in reality, like day 1 of your first run, this will take you hours. It's like primitive survival in a sort of sense like that. But not as, I want to say not as intensive, but still kind of intensive. Do we get bone boots? We have just enough. Nah, we do it. We jump for the beef or whatever. We jump for the, I don't remember, parkour civilization, whatever, call me a wannabe. Literally a radio wannabe, so there you go. I'm both out of touch and out of date. Yay. How fun. Okay, let's see. So, I can actually craft a leather backpack, which might actually be better than the one I have, but who knows. Convenient slot for seeds and fertilizer. Small bags, medical satchel. I haven't gotten a chance to read those yet. Leather armor. Ooh, textiles bench. Yeah, we should get to the textiles bench pretty quick. Beehives are always good too. So. There's farming carts. Oh my goodness. Okay, actually, it's been a while since I played. I don't think I realized just like how good some of this stuff is. There's a ranching station. A lightning rod? Oh, that's so helpful. Okay, well, anyway, international flag pack. Oh my god. That's awesome. Oh, Stationeer's bobblehead. I know this. It's because they made the same game. I love Stationeers. It's so good. Anyway, they have DLCs and stuff, so sometimes you'll see the little $sign icon. It just means that you need like a game to build it or something to that effect. I have not found some of these resources yet, so some of them aren't even worth considering. I need to get out of here. I need to stop looking. This is above my operation. We need to get up to the point where we can start doing stuff. Our goals are to start getting like a farm up, basically, but we also need to finish doing these chimney caps. Oh, I need wood now. Got it. I was going to say I thought I had plenty of stone. This friend is our big friend. This is our fireplace. Now, originally, I was going to have it sitting trying in the middle of this wall, but I forgot that it's actually a clipping, like, that it's a, like an item that has collision. So I think I might actually reorganize our little house here, our little dwelling. Yeah, there we go. That'll do. I'm going to reorganize our little dwelling so that this is our doorway, and that this is our existent, and that one can go, because I do not need to be tripping all over myself, please and thank you. That wall is on backwards, isn't it? Yes, it is. There we go. That's better. Okay. That wall is on backwards. That's better. As you can tell, I have a bit of directional troubles with these. Okay. What do you mean it's colliding? Also, what do you mean you're gonna place it the wrong way? Rude. Okay, let's go. So we've moved our thing, and now we can actually place down our thing. How nice. As you can see, thankfully, unlike the other one, we'll actually get our materials back when we move this, but we don't have to do that just yet. Instead, we're going to actually go out here and we're going to take our fuel and our wood out, which will deactivate the fire because now there's nothing in it, and we will leave that there to rot. We are going to go inside and we are going to start our lovely furnace, fireplace. There we go. And look at that. Isn't that perfect? Look at this. Look at this. Cozy. It's finally cozy. And look, now we can actually rest. Isn't that awesome? So we have all the prerequisites except for it's not time to sleep yet. So, okay. Now, so that's our big preliminator out of the way. Technically, we can pick this up now and shuffle everything over. You see it'll drop its contents. And now we can shuffle things over. Okay. I want to put the oxygen dissolver like right here. Like right here as you go out the door. Like right there as you go out the door. Perfect. I want that right there. And then we can move this into there. Oh, yeah, there you go, perfect. And then, and yeah, now we're reset. Basically, we're right back where we started. You're gonna stay there forever. Okay, we have a bed, we have a workshop, we have basic setup. We're saved from the elements for now. Some things we should think about. This shelter is technically vulnerable. So as storms blow through and as time goes on and wolves attack, this place is gonna lose durability. Each of these pieces have durability, an existing durability of like 1,000. They take so much damage. You know, storms damage the roofs, the wolves damage the floorboards and the supports. There's going to be damage. It is to our benefit to get to masonry work and reinforce our dwelling. I'm going to ruin the design that I explicitly fought so hard for like right now. Except for over here, because then I won't be able to get underneath, but also I don't want things getting underneath of it either. It's a whole thing. And then, what about... Oh, I wish I knew how to better aim these things. There we go. There we go. Now we're making some progress. And then I'll just leave that. Do I like that? No, I don't. I hate that. I want it to be secured. Don't I? Yep. And then you can come back. You can go up. And then we will reinforce. Sometimes I just get a bug in me. And it says, build the thing right. And sometimes I say, no, it'll be cool if I don't, won't it? And it's never cool. It's always awful. I never succeed. But now it looks better. Now it's passable. We've reinforced our substructure, so to speak. And we can only build like 2 more. Great. Okay, 1 there. And I'm thinking 1 more there. We can't do that without having 1 right there. Ah. Well, wood time. This is going to be a long struggle. I'm sure all the actual, like the proper Icarus players who like live and breathe this game are like, why? How can you do this? How do you breathe without thinking about how the oxygen looks when it comes out of your lungs? Because this is like so stupid and nothing. And yet, I play the game. So, sorry to everyone watching. Also, sorry to live stream chat, if anyone has chatted. I don't know. I just didn't look for that entire hour and 18 minutes in which I was just trying to explain my experience with the game. So, hope no one was asking, because I wasn't listening. Anyway. There we go. And order has been restored to the world. Great. Okay, speaking of order, we're going to finish our first point of order, which is putting a little chimney on that, which, by the way, we didn't need. Thank God. But don't worry, because it won't take much. So, like I mentioned, we were going to want to get into masonry work, but also we just really want to get into crop plots. So you already know how we get silver. We go around, we mine up the little sulfur nodes. Not silver, sorry. Sulfur. Dirt is very, very easy. There is no ground terraforming, I'm afraid. I believe the levels are as they are, as the topography map would explain. But you can sure dig a hole in the ground, by God. Just as our forefathers intended. Perfect. Isn't that nice? A nice little place. I do enjoy it. Okay. Whole time. Didn't have to buy a new game on Steam. Didn't have to buy a game on Epic. Or Chinese, Taiwanese, Beijing, or other equivalent. Is Beijing China? I'm pretty sure Beijing is. Oh, Hong Kong is the weird one. Yeah. But anyway. Yeah, so this is just the game now. I'm dirt forever. Dirt forever. Nothing else. Just dirt. Just dirt. Just only dirt. Only dirt ever. Only ever dirt. Only ever. Okay, and we're going to fill up on dirt really, really fast. And I have no inventory space. Great. I'm a fool. That is very obvious to everyone. Awesome. Okay. Now, I think we are going to invest in some chests, because that is a thing in this game, and I'm just a little late. Just a little late and very, very forgetful. So we're going to make a couple of these. We probably actually only need one. So please stop. And we're going to deploy it. Like right there. Great. And we are going to throw everything that doesn't rot, everything that does rot. Even if I need it, it's all going in. It's all going in. Okay, we want that. We sort of want this. Sort of want that. We'll keep a little bit of sticks. We'll keep a little bit of fiber. A little bit of fiber. A little bit of sticks. I don't remember that sort feature being there. That might be new and also extremely helpful. We'll keep a little stone. We'll leave some stone. We'll take a little wood. And I said we'll take a little wood, not drop a little wood. Thank you. The distinction is important, believe it or not. We will take... Put those back. That can go back. That can go back. That can go back. That is there, and I think that's everything short of our dirt, which can go up here. I think that's everything for now. What do we need to get started? Wood is sulfur, dirt. So we're in good way. We're in not a bad way here. No, please. I cannot split that stack. We should split that stack. There we go. And then the rest of you can go in there. Okay, let's get started on just a couple of these little guys. Because I don't actually know what they take. Which is probably an important thing to know before you do the farming quest. Oh! Level up. Would you look at that? So I didn't level up that previous time because that was very obvious and we would have heard that. Here we are. Lovely. All right. Let's get started with what we're working with. That is so small. That's so small. Why is it so small? That's so small. That can't be right. That's so small. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me think. Okay, masonry work. Let's just not think about that for a minute, because the weight of how much that's going to require is irking me. We need iron. Iron requires stone, requires leather. Okay, hunting. We're hunting now. Great. Okay, back to primal instincts. No thinking about the future. Just snipe. 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 I said... Did you just bite me? Don't bite me, please. That was very rude. Okay, we're going to more efficiently treat our resources. You know, it's something to be said of not wasting any part of the animal. There is such a thing as a skinning bench. Requires leather. Forget everything I just said. Don't even listen. You know why? Why have a radio show, right? Why be a radio wannabe? You know, don't listen. You shouldn't listen to me. You just shouldn't. You just shouldn't listen to me. You just shouldn't. Okay, now that I've completely made a fool of myself, let's now make the thing that I needed to make the thing with, so that the next time this happens, we don't go through that, because we are still going to need leather, because we're still going to need a furnace. And we are still going to have to go hunt after this. So. And it needs to go inside. Okay, there is a funny thing about this game. Much like the game, I think it's called Eco? Is it Eco? I think it's Eco. But anyway, in Eco, you like build industry on a very small planet where animals and resources can become literally extinct if you just play wrong. Basically, if you play wrong, your world dies, and like you'll never get any more of that resource. And I don't know if that actually stops you. It might actually stop you. I don't know. Oh, this would be a perfect time for not this. This would be a perfect time for a rain reservoir. And guess what it needs? Awesome. I'm such A fool. I'm such a fool, and I should be embarrassed. Because it's just true. It's just outright true. And forget how dry it is, and my voice cracking and such. It's just very dry. That is what we call an L. That is... Yeah, that's what we in the industry call an L. Okay, but hear me out. That would have been really cool. Shame it wasn't. Okay, anyway, time to not do that again, hopefully. Ooh. I don't remember these guys before, but now it doesn't remember anything at all. So that's okay. A moa. Interesting. A large bird. Oh, I can't pick it up. Well, whatever. Didn't need to. Boop. Doot, 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 doot. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we made it back. Rain reservoir would be very timely. Several seconds. Perfectly fine. This will be, I think, a little bit better way of getting reliable. Not clean, but better water. I think better, just better water. And we can change where it needs to go in a bit. But for right now, it can go right there. Yeah, that's it. That's the sauce. Oh, I'm going to be an idiot. And I'm going to do it for aesthetics. Oh, I'm wasting so much. Oh, I'm wasting so much. Okay, please don't stop raining. I'm wasting so much because I like realism and I'm a fool. Oh, and it doesn't even look good. It looks bad. Okay, realism would say that the water would ride the friction slope of this and then also just start pooling in here. Oh, it's really cool too. Okay, anyway, going in here now. I need to just get my storm exposure down. Storm exposure starts like withering your health away, basically. Is that an animal? That's an animal. So anyway, while I sit inside of my nice cozy shack. Oh. Sometimes it just hits different. Laugh now, please. Thank you. Okay. If you laughed, thanks. You really shouldn't have. Even I know that. But anyway. We're going to get this fella back. And now you see why you can carry animals around. It's to put them here. And then they become a part of your, like, inventory up here. And then you can butcher them. And you actually get, like, a ton more stuff if you butcher them this way than if you were to do so otherwise. And so that's very helpful. Very resource helpful. I like resource helpful. It's awesome. So cool. So awesome. Don't need the raw bacon. Don't need that. Sulfur's always good, but we can put that in here. There we go. Our water is low, so can we drink from here straight? Press X. Ooh, we can. And I don't think it gave us illness. No, it didn't. Yay. Okay, great. Awesome. That's a lot of water, by the way. Like 6 liters, I think it was, after I drank. That's a big amount. That's good. That's what we want. Okay. I think we want a little furnace. And then we're going to go into a different side of the game that I'm not so happy about. In Icarus, at least in early and this like weird early mid-game, I guess you'd call it, that I'm at right now, requires that you have a little furnace and you feed it wood, like any other fuel source. You feed it wood, and that's fine. The feeding it wood part's fine. The not fine part comes when you have to gather resources. So this thing, this furnace will produce, will take ores and wood and frozen wood to wood, which is unique. We'll get there. It will take certain ores and convert them. Ores in this game only spawn in like two ways. Either in nodes, like this sulfur in this oxide node, like these little rocks right here. They only spawn in that sort of configuration. In caves, specifically in pre-generated, not like underground, like the devs made caves, like a set number of caves, like not a lot of caves per capita here. The devs just made them, and we get to, figure it out. So I am trying to look here. Yeah, we can place little markers too, by the way. I don't really see the relevance in that, but this might be too good of a thing to pass up. Wait a minute. Oh, this is going to be good. Wait a minute. 1, 2. Three. There might be 4. I'm out of arrows. That's bad. I'm out of arrows. That's very, very bad. Arrows. Oh, come on. Where's arrows? Yeah, these are just strictly better. We want these first, and then maybe a few extras. Okay, great. Oh, yeah, these are angry. These are big birds. Oh, God. Oh, shoot. This thing is broken. Repair, please. I am going to die to a bird. There is such a thing as running away. And there... That's heartbreaking. I was going to say there's such a thing as maybe, juking it onto the rocks. But that's only if you got onto the rocks. The thing that I didn't. I respect you, Moa. I do. I don't respect the wolves. And I don't really respect the other ones. But you. I'll give it to you. Not you, Pronghorn. Not you. At least we died close to home. Oh, come on, please. Also, stop being so dry. Oh, the air is so dry in the winter. Oh, I think I'm going to die a second time. That is very unfortunate. That is horrifically unfortunate. Normally, they can't path onto the voxel terrain very easily, like the rocks and the nodes. So that's upsetting. Thankfully, again, we're not losing really too much. If it were hard or hardcore, we would lose things. But since I'm playing just on like normal difficulty, since we're playing on normal or like not miserable difficulty. Did you just see that? I'm not going to question things. In fact, I'm going to run because I think something sees me. Okay, take everything. Hopefully that re-equipped everything. And then just take our revenge. Child first, mother second. Or parent. Or guardian. I don't know. I don't know how these things hierarchical structures work. This one can go third. Oh, great. Just take an axe to the head. I should have started with that. I really should have. This is, unfortunately, the sad truth. That sometimes it leaves behind a juvenile. And it's very sad. And there's nothing you can do until you are able to, like, raise them yourself. And guess what I can't do? So, yeah. Anyway. This is a very Despacito moment, as one would say, in my generation. A very, very sad day. Can I carry this thing? Nope. Yeah, the little caricatures, or like, not caricatures, sorry, the bios for some of these things is really quite sad. And like, unnecessarily so. Like, no one thinks about that sort of thing. Like, we just don't. Okay, there's that, there's that. Bows, arrows, good. Still got our little planters, got some outcroppings. Hopefully our wildlife is still over here, and hopefully we can still carry it back, because that would be really cool. I don't remember if skills are yes, they are. Yes. Okay, great. Yes, great. Okay, awesome. That, I shouldn't do that because there is such a thing as the Daisy sprain risk. Ankle sprain, you know, from Daisy or whatever that also made it to this game. There's a lot of little things that made it from Daisy into this game now that I'm realizing. But anyway, we're going to get a little leather now, which is nice because I really need a little leather. And by a little, I mean like a lot. Like now. Maybe even yesterday. My greed is insufferable. It makes me sick. Yeah, run toward me so I can find you easier. Thanks. I am grotesque. It's not poaching, though. Maybe? I don't know if Space Law actually has a thing for that. We really gotta finish that bridge. Bridge review guy would not be happy. Not be happy. There we go. I forgot to queue up the next one, but then again, I thought I was able to just place it on there and queue anyway. So this one, I don't believe we could have carried. So that's okay. We got a decent sum out of it. We'll get even more bones. Yeah, Pick is much more efficient at this. Trying to save some of that knife durability because that knife is unique and I don't think I can repair it on planet. I think I need it to be repaired on station, which is a challenge. I really want to get this back. I think that was everything. 3 wolves, because I added 1 and a buffalo. I think that was everything over there. So that should be fine. But ideally, I think we've just set ourselves up pretty dang well. Like, we're going to get like 90 leather out of that. I think that that is a huge win. Now, if I was smart, I would have made seed collectors and I would have mulched the seeds of like the plants that we had. Didn't do that. Instead, I'm going to hyperfixate on tech progression for some reason. Don't ask me. And what we are looking for is basically any ore that we can get our grubby little mitts on. And it's going to come at some risk. Like I mentioned, these caves are infested. They got a little wormy. A little wormo. You do not want to get hit by them because the more that you do, you know, you get struck with poison and with all this. Okay, I think we're safe for now. Let's look. Okay, so like I said, ores come in nodes. I still have a 1% chance to break them instantly, which is really nice that that still exists because I totally didn't just forget about it. And you just kind of got to aim just a little, because sometimes it gets stuck in the rock and then you need to break like the majority of its voxels before it'll drop. So there you go. Iron is not the only thing. Thank you. Iron is not the only resource that you can gather. You can also gather, I believe it's copper, titanium, aluminum. I think those are the big ones. Oh, platinum, I'm sure is there too. Although I believe platinum is a bit rarer. But the ones we're looking for are pretty much just copper and iron at the moment. Oh, and silicon. Or silica. The downside of the caves is that the longer that you stay in them, the higher chance you run of developing pneumonia, which is like the real life illness. But in this, it's coal as well is very nice. Not required, but when in Rome. Copper and iron are basically the backbone of what we're going to be developing. So ideally, I'd like to get to, like, I believe it's iron planter beds, since they're so dang small. I'll probably make a ton of wooden ones, just because I'll get, you know, bored and one-track mind, and I'll want to propagate stuff pretty quick. But the problem is that when a storm rolls around, they'll destroy those planter beds. If we get the infrastructure in to make ourselves iron and some tools, it'll also make our future endeavors with hunting easier because we'll get better weapons. But ideally, before that, we'll get stronger material returns from higher quality items. Is there anything in here? I don't think there's anything. Oh, item is broken. Yes, of course. Waiting for it to recharge. Good. Once we develop the pneumonia effect, our energy will be very much more than halved, more than quartered. I think it's down to like a sixth. Like, it is low. Titanium, yep, there's titanium. Requires a higher pick. We don't need the entire world supply, but I don't want to go home empty-handed, even if it's just a short jog, because it's always going to take a little while to make more. And so I'd like it to just never stop making more. So if we can just feed it all the resources all at once, we can just wait forever. And that'll probably do pretty good. There we go. Okay. Is that platinum as well? Yes. Well, there you go. Platinum, titanium. Serves me right. I believe that was everything right there. I believe we're still fine. There is some coal up there. You see, we've just developed the pneumonia effect, and look at how small that energy bar is. Look at that. Like, that's 3 pick swings. Okay, more than 3. But, like, it is horribly detrimental. That is basically the limiting factor in this game with ore collection. It is my biggest gripe about this game, is that at this level, the only place that I can find these ores is in these caves. These caves give you pneumonia, and then you just can't make more. Yes, by the way, that is a beehive in the background. I don't know if you care. It's just a beehive and it's buzzing. I don't know. But basically, just is what it is. I don't know. Ooh, that is unfortunate. Unfortunately, the worms do spawn wherever and whenever they'd like. Unfortunately, they do also spit poison, and they are, yeah, poisonous. Yeah, because venomous is if it bites you. Oh no, here we go again. Venomous is if it bites you and you die. Poisonous is if you bite it and you die. And yeah, that's the only two, because then if it bites you and it dies, you're venomous, and then if it bites you and it dies, you're poisonous. Yeah, I think I got that right. Oh, I probably got that so wrong. But anyway, English is my first language, my only language, and I'm still bad at it. You know, I have no excuse. 0. Negative. So. Okay, I think that's sufficient. I think that is... Oh, gambler's fallacy? Gold. Do I need gold? I need gold. Who am I kidding? Oh, my greed. My hubris. Oh, my greed and my hubris and my greed and my hubris. Oh, that was a crack shot. Oh, my greed, my hubris, my greed, my hubris. To be said, I'm not even in mid-game, am I? I am still... I just thought about it. I'm still in early game. I'm scared of the worms. I'm in early game. There's no getting around this. That one's iron. Of course, stamina's depleted again. How are we on inventory? Not bad. We're not bad. I think this is the last one. I think I said that 3 ago. Man, it would be so nice if any one of these pick swings was 1%. Of course not. No, I said it. Definitely won't be. Yay. Okay, we're done. We're getting the hell out of here. You know, as slowly as we can. We are low on food. We forgot to put the meat on the fire. You can actually cook in this game. There is an extensive crafting menu for cooking. I don't think I've drank anything in the last... Ooh, 2 hours. That was a horrible mistake. My throat gets very dry. We're right there. I can't imagine that. We don't have any arrows? How do we not have arrows? How do we not have arrows? Unlight that. Go here, crafting. Arrows? Arrows. We have arrows. We have arrows. What are you talking about? You're crazy. Arrows? No arrows? We have arrows. You're crazy. Oh, that is unfortunate. Skyrim Wolf? Skyrim Wolf climbs up mountains like Skyrim Horse. So do I, but I just don't say it. Oh, dear God. Okay, getting those. Let me wave my way down here. What's that other fella? I don't feel like making 2 trips, so I'm gonna just quickly... It is laziness and therefore the cost of convenience. Okay, don't walk off on me now. I'm a fool. I meant to pick him up, not skin him. I am a terrible and wasteful fool. There's a world where we get another one real quick. There's a world where it gets us. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for that achievement. It's time for that achievement. That's a sad minute. That's sad. I mean, I knew it was inevitable. I just didn't think it would be in like an hour after I said it. I mean, that's heartbreaking. Anyway, welcome back. It's fine. I'll get over it. Where the hell? Okay, observation skills are very important in this game. I'm lacking in many of them. So. Whoop. 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 Hi, Mr. Bear. You can jump off the cliff for me. You don't feel like jumping off the cliff, do you? That's a real shame. Because I'm feeling like jumping off the cliff. In fact, I'm going to lead you over here and then let you kill me. There you go. And then hopefully there's nothing to grab down there. Should be nothing. Hopefully. Just whatever I spawned with. Okay. Now if we try again. Like all good do. Ouch. That would be everything from there. And if I were a foolish man, which I am. Yeah, I didn't have anything. If I were a fool, I think I'd jump back down and keep running. Oh, clean. I think we shall collect that and keep going. No, why you not let me carry you? Ugh, whatever. I'm really sad that they only let you carry like certain small creatures. I'm sure that that's like a, what do you call it? Probably a perk. There we go. No. No. Oh, come on. Really? A second time? He's going to use my bridge to kill me. That is infinite rudeness. You know, I did do this to myself. I should at least sort of fight back, huh? For when I inevitably have to get my stuff back. He's not too far from dead. It's just a shame that this one guy has got me 6 times. But this is the risk you run. I did this to myself. I can't really be angry. You can be angry at me. Oh my goodness, you can be angry at me. All you'd like, because that would be absolutely... Did he just lie down next to me? Is bro trying to show empathy? Well, that's not going to stop me from brutally ending this. Because unfortunately for him, I am a persistence hunter. And that just means so long as there's enough will left inside of this empty husk that I call a vessel, you're not going to make it, buddy. So, anyway. Avidas then. Yoink. But anyway, like I was saying, I can't be mad. I can't be too mad at the bear, or you know, because I chose that. I chose that outcome. I chose to go into that cave. I chose to get like very, very overloaded. I chose to take that risk. That was not an unforeseen thing. I didn't think it would happen. I didn't want it to, but it still did, because risk. It's just risk. I'm going to burn a bunch of sticks. That'll help. And then we're going to put basically a ton of meat on here. And we're going to priority cook like all of that. Not helpful. Okay, let's see. So we should get some cooked something or other here in just a minute. By the way, raw fatty T-bones come from large creatures, and I believe that is it the bear that drops those, or is it that large deer? Not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure that you get plus 5% experience gained, which is a benefit to keeping certain foods on you and like working constantly. Speaking of which, we need to fill you up. There we go. So we got a lot going. And ours torch just ran out. If you heard and noticed it get dark. Oh, that might be useful. Dirt foundation. Useful. Could be useful. Patching up our little house that we're built up on here. I think it would be more important just to get these going. Okay, there's that. Cooked fatty T-bones. Gotta love it. Okay. We need to fill this thing up to the brim with all of this. I don't know. That's one step up. Coal is one step up, but I don't want to use it if I don't have to, because I think I have to use it for steel blooms. So that might be beneficial to keep on standby. Hide, I have so much leather that it's so good. Leather is so easy to burn through. It is criminal. Okay, there's those. I don't know what to do with the poison sac. It's just gonna go in there. We are going to move basically everything that isn't rotted over here, although basically everything is unfortunately rotted. Because I was foolish and lackadaisy on my organizing, and so now I must pay the price. Thankfully, I think, is it a stack that spoils? It probably is a stack that spoils when used inappropriately. I do not know. I guess we'll find out in 66, 65, and 65 and 65 seconds. So who knows? Anything goes. Okay, first and foremost, we need to be farming, which means we need wooden crops. We're still working on iron production, which is here, and it's coming in. It's just going to take a while. Until then, we do need to get more wood. And you know what that means. I'm never going to get that right. I really should have built like a little gate on here. Or like a covered bridge. That was always the answer. Whatever, anyway. Can't fix the past now. Could put a gate on it. Well, that implies that I understand my mistake and accept it, but that would be fool. Because I understand it, but that didn't stop me. So, my arrogance knows no bounds. I don't actually have an eye on the numbers, so I don't actually know if anyone is listening or watching. If someone is, feel free to say hello in chat. If you're a lurker, that's fine too, but just out of curiosity, that's all. But otherwise, I'm just kind of hanging out. And I suppose I'll just keep talking as if I'm on my own, doing a Let's Play. Anyway, since I'm such a fool and full of arrogance, let's see if I can't put a little fence, little gate. That was a thatch gate. That's not what I wanted. Okay, there we go. Got 2 of these. Worm scale. Cool. I think I need 8? Better to make more than less, because I either have to wait for it to be made or not. Oh, they snap! Oh my god, finally. There were so many times where they didn't snap. Oh, it snaps, chat. Chat, it's sharp. It's sharp, chat. It snaps. When did they do this? I hope to god this wasn't recent. That's not okay if it was recent. There we go. There we go, chat. And there we go. We'll keep one side closed. We'll keep one side closed. Nothing could go wrong. Nothing. Nothing could go wrong. Okay, where were we? We have iron. Excellent, and I have wood. So that means that we get to build... never mind. Do not have enough iron just yet. We are waiting on 5 more, chat. 5 more. Let's see. A few things here, a few things there. Ooh, we ran out of fuel. That is bad. That is bad, 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 bad. Need to keep the fire moving. Also, only some spoils, which is good. Okay, we now have 40 kilograms of iron, which means we can make our iron anvil bench. Which is perfect, because then we can use iron tools, and that should give us access to tier 3, which is machining, but I wanted masonry, which means I need iron nails, yes. So we're still on track, because we can't make iron nails without the bench. The bench, by the way, is just this fun little thing right here. And in fact, I think it's going to go right there. As if to say we're using the fire with it instead of the forge. I should have put it with the forge. This can be temporary. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. Everything's great. Everything's wonderful. I'm thinking about what I'm doing. You know, 3 seconds before I do it. Okay. So the way that this works, oh, the temptation. No instant temptation. We are going to need a lot of nails. We're going to need a lot of nails. There is no shame in making a lot of nails. In fact, I'm going to make 2 more sets. There we go. We are going to need a lot of nails. You're going to need wood and nails. We won't even have enough nails. We need, oh my god, so many nails. Fatty T-bones are awesome. Gonna eat those up. These guys need to cook. Stringy meat is probably going to rot before we get to it, but that's okay. You know, not everything works. Worm scale should probably go in there. I should probably also look at how we're actually going to farm. That's an excellent question. How are we going to actually farm? Tier 1. Go back to tier 1. Let's see. Farming tools. Farming tools. Floor torch. Sticks. I don't think we need sticks. Not just yet. That's a late game problem. Tier 2. Watering can. Better to be a prospector in a garden than a gardener in space. Good. Oh boy. Yep. No truer words. I guess we can get that little wood burner now. That nice little heated one. Steel and copper and such. Salting station, icebox, potbelly stove, iron sickle. Efficient tool. It also is the symbol of things that we should not talk about right now. Wood composter. Yeah, I want that. So what I've just done there is I've spent a point to unlock a blueprint. I think most of them are just 1-to-1s. I can't remember any that require more than 1 point. So I think we're okay. Steel bloom as a prerequisite. Yeah, iron and coal. Smelted in a concrete furnace to make steel. God, concrete furnaces. Epoxy and animal fat for a lantern. Water bombs. Probably to put out fires. Yep, firefighting. Flour, sugar, cubes, epoxy. Look at all that. Isn't that cool? I think this is so cool. I mean, it's really, really nitty gritty. It's all detail oriented, but that's my sort of thing. I really do enjoy the neat, detail oriented little things. And that's cool, the interior wood building set. It's just a reinforced, like, wood. That's always really cool. I think there's a way that you can put, like, walls on both sides? Like an inside and an outside wall? I think that's a thing. I'm not entirely sure, so don't quote me on that. Yeah! Wait a minute, alteration bench. And workspace for altering items. Oh, wait a minute. That might be helpful. Oh, this is definitely helpful. This is like getting to proper age stuff. Versatile forge powered by coal for crafting various tools and weapons. I bet it is. Oh, very cool. You see, I haven't gotten this far yet, so now we're starting to see my... You're starting to see where I left off last I played. Oh, this is very impressive. Deep mining. That is also the other way that you get ore. I believe there are deep ore deposits that allow you to infinitely generate resources so long as their drills are powered. Biofuel powered drill capable of extracting super cooled ice or frozen wood from Arctic areas. Yeah, because the Arctic areas you probably don't have a lot of trees. Oh my god, wait a minute. Ooh. Dehumidifier. Oh, that's awesome. Biofuel radar. Runs on biofuel. Neat. Biofuel is apparently a whole thing too. I think you have to run lines. Interesting. Oh yeah, that was always interesting. There's like this Black Wolf set. I think Black Wolf is like a specific legendary from a quest, I believe. Not entirely sure. What is this? Blueprint. It's a mill. Yes, I recall these things. Yes, repair bench for repairing workshop items, which I believe is from space. Oh, I believe we are about to receive some trouble. Workbench smaller and create advanced textiles bench, cave scanner. Smoke is cave scanner. Beeping. Cute. Okay, cool. Aluminum, concrete building set, advanced masonry, steel roofing. Okay, cool. Like a lot of cool stuff that I'm not ready for yet. I guess we're just stuck in 2 to figure this stuff out. Because I don't think I'll be ready for iron farming plots, which is a real shame because that's the whole reason I built these things. Copper wire, steel screws. Yeah, I just can't. Not yet. It's gonna be a long climb. Storm incoming. Just a windstorm? Yeah, it looks like just a windstorm. So, which is fine. Sometimes you just have to grin and bear it, sort of thing. Closing the windows does not help. I just think it's atmospheric. Just kind of blustery. Ooh, I would actually love a water skin. That would be very helpful. I can make... Yeah, I'll make 4 of these. Just another water skin. That's a lot of leather that we're burning through. I know I just said leather goes fast, and I'm right. And I'm also going to be very miserable, probably. So. Nope. Yeah, this one. Oh, yeah, that'll do us some good. That'll do us some good. All right. Oh, cooked meat. Great. Rotten meat. I'm going to throw more sticks, I think. Yeah, we're running out of extra materials, so we're probably going to have to go back and harvest more. I'm glad that things are using my little bridge. Well, trying to. Oh, how convenient. I'm glad that that's working. Anyway, speaking about that leather problem. Okay, that should be sufficient. I believe we're getting daylight pretty soon, too. So much iron. Oh, yes. I have done very well for myself here. An iron knife is in order. An iron axe is in order. An iron pickaxe is in order. Oh, it could make me cry. It could make me cry. It wouldn't take much. It just wouldn't. Also, as much as that, and then just leave the iron in there. Because it does me no good being in there. Nice. There we go. And then it doesn't do me any good in there. I always have to remind myself of that. Oh, we did lose a tree. Yes. Like I mentioned, trees do fall in this game. Thankfully. And if you're so lucky as to not be the one underneath of them, they make for excellent and easy resource gathering. If you only have the energy to do it, I suppose. We should probably also eventually start finding the crops that we need. Because eventually... Ooh. Wild beehive. do gotta love that. Free bee stuff. Kiwis! I love the kiwis. They're so cute. Okay, don't forget your mission. We're here for wood. You know what? It's so funny that I made a comment about like flat land earlier at the beginning of the stream, because the truth of the matter is that if I was dedicated enough, I could just keep digging basically, like with a shovel. In fact, I think I can get a better shovel, can't I? Iron shovel. That's lovely. Iron bucket. Gotta be useful somewhere. Iron hammer. Probably due for an upgrade. Iron sickle, not necessary, we'll wait. I think that's about all I'm willing to spend at the very moment. Oh, talents, yes, okay. It seems like resource gathering has been a pretty big deal for us. Iron miner, get more iron, maybe? That could always be good. Unburdened by ores would make it easier to escape. Waste not an additional stone while mining. Oxygen thief. More oxide could always be good too. I think I want to go with 1 in you, 2 in you. I think that's just extremely much better. I think it just is. I could have went with other things. I could have put more in different places, you know, spent 1 here, spent 1 there. But I think that's what I want right now. So, best spend it while I have it. There we are. How are you on fuel? You'll last, I think, for long enough, I hope. Okay, and you. Time for a miniature upgrade. And by miniature, I mean pretty significant. How much damage do you do? It is technically better. So, okay. Stone axe as well. Deconstruct. I'm not going to destroy you, but I also don't want to leave you somewhere either. So I guess you're just going to come with me. And you can stick around. Okay. Okay, we should be good. Excellent. Iron shovel. Let's get you next. Destroy. Perfect. Iron hammer? Yes, we can. Destroy that. Iron bow. We don't have leather, but that's only because we don't have leather in our hand right now. That will quickly change, I expect. My hotbar might look a little weird just now. I've decided to shift things around in a certain way that some people might not be too comfortable with, and I apologize for that. But I do enjoy this configuration specifically, having weapons toward my left hand and tools on my right. just a personal preference from life, I think. Crafting, let's see. I want something called a seed extractor. I need a little charcoal, which I have an infinite amount of. I think this will help me greatly. I more than expect this to help me greatly. Okay, this is what I said. I probably should have been more forward about building because it's very small. It can be placed very close, and it can be fed all sorts of organic material to generate seeds from said organic material. In fact, it's perfect time for all of this to go in there as well. Excellent. Excellent. Let's see. You two, just because. Better in seed than in plant form because the plant form rots, the seed form doesn't. Not much excuse for all that, though. Yep, still making that. Full over there. Rotted where you are. Could use some more oxide at some point. Definitely something to look at. 15 experience gained is nothing to sniff at. Definitely something worth doing. All right. We could be cooking things and getting a better food source from that, but not entirely required. As I mentioned that it was stupid that I had even considered such things, because if we gather enough of this, crafting, we can actually produce dirt foundations, which I forgot they added. These, I believe, will very much come in handy. Unfortunately, my stamina is awful, and I really wish I could... I guess I could invest skill points into stamina. In fact, do I have a solo skill point? I do. Ah, dang it. Is there another one for stamina somewhere? That is just absolutely better. You know what? I just took everything back because that is so much better. Okay. Anyway, continuing where I left off. By absolutely ruining my back with shoveling. Okay, yep. This will do. This will do just nicely. That is horrible. Actually, that is despicable. That is downright grotesque. I can't even make one more. Just to round out this atrocity that I've committed. Thankfully, you can just take dirt from anywhere, which is very nice. Weather event, another one? Oh, rain. Lovely. Good rain. Do like rain. It looks a little sturdier. Not good, but sturdier. And now we can start. on our grow beds. Yes. Yes, this will do nicely. A general purpose planter bed for your crops. Fully grown crops provide spoiled plants. That's fine. So carrots, pumpkins, watermelon, berries. Pumpkins. And it only takes one seed, Mr. Krabs. Oh, just literally could be like this. I didn't know I could do that. Interesting. Now this is a good experiment because then we can test one versus the other. And well, it's just outside, so I don't know if it's actually better. I doubt it. It's probably exactly the same. But I had to try, right? Had to try. I think it's time. Time to really do this thing its proper service. Gonna need at least 15. No, even number 14. I know 14's kind of not a lucky number or anything, but still. I think it just deserves it. By God, she won't be the prettiest. But neither was your mother. And you still made you. So, you can't really complain now, can you? And by God, we still made you and you turned out alright then. Just maybe. You know what? Unfortunately, we're going to make just this quiet little problem disappear, and then we're just not going to talk about it ever again. We did it, Service. We did it its dues. Now, if only I could get this thing to do what I want it to. A real shame I can't. I know it technically doesn't need it, but aesthetically. Well, I guess we'll just look at it from this side then. He can dock points. It's his right. He is an expert after all. That was a lucky hit. Now look at these guys. Look at them. They're just sitting across the banks. Two neighbors. They're such polite neighbors. You look and you'd say, what an idyllic place. What a perfect place. You'd look and you'd say it. And yet, if I got even a wink too close, they would gouge my eyes out. Actually, every organ, they'd rip it out with their teeth. They don't even have fingers. They just have teeth. So, anyway. I don't know why I was doing the Irish accent, by the way. I just got bored, I guess. Not that my normal dialect has, like, a lack of things in it. I got all sorts of little quirks inside of my dialects. Mostly because I listen to so many people. Too many people. There we go. Okay, so now we actually have a decent source of fuel. Some more sulfur if we wanted to make more of those plots. And plenty of materials. Okay. I think we're in an excellent spot. I think we are in a phenomenal spot, actually. I really do. I think this is really something. You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it one better. Look at this. Call this character growth. Call this character growth. Oh, it looks awful. Call this character reject. Oh no. It did not fill up how I thought it would. That's okay. That's what makeup is for. Please go back. Please go back where you started. Please? Please just go. Okay. We're not gonna, never mind. I didn't do anything at all. You know, I just walked over here to get a nice view of our little lakeside abode in the mountains with a lovely little bridge. So, you know, the only thing that could make this better is, well, according to every game on Earth, the only thing we could do to make this better is, oh shoot, I don't have it. I was gonna make a fishing joke. Let's go fishing. You know, get the rod, cast the old rod into the. My fucking joke is alive. The joke is alive. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. It really is. I don't actually think there's any fish. Oh, it's too late. It's too early. What time is it? Oh, it's 1:30 in the morning for me. That's crazy. Oh my god. Oh, it's literally horizontal Stardew. That's crazy. It's horizontal Stardew. Oh, I love horizontal Stardew. This is awesome. I bet the other rods have like a better reel in speed. Wow. If I were a man, I bet I'd feel very fulfilled. If I wasn't a disembodied radio voice on the internet. Oh well. How you like it, Fish? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, okay. Okay, this is enough. This is peace. This is paradise. So, F12, boys. I think we're calling it for a night. Okay. So. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hello, Fiona Vortex 1. My apologies. I did not see you. You're probably not even here anymore. Oh, goodness. My sincerest apologies. It's been an active evening. So, let's see. Oh, goodness, no. Long gone. Long gone. Oh, dear. Well, I'll have to respond to that in a bit. Unfortunate. Oh, is it called Whisper? Oh, I suppose it must be. Well, anyway, I don't know how such things work. I apologize to you, Fiona Fiona Vortex 1. Thank you. First time chatter. Believe it or not, you are my first ever viewer. In fact, you are my first ever viewer, first ever chatter, and the only other person to put messages in my chats. Congratulations. I mean, it's a meaningless trophy, but it's a trophy nonetheless. It's a trophy that can go on a certificate. A nice, flimsy certificate. But anyway, thank you very much. And to anyone else who watches this, I suppose, if you go back in time and watch the VOD. Otherwise, thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. Goodbye.